All right, 174 pounds, one of the undefeated Iowa wrestlers. There were 4 coming in, and now 2 of them have seen defeat. Jay Borschel, the number 2 ranked wrestler in the nation, versus number 7, Scott Glosser at 174. Borschel was a Midlands champion in December, was named outstanding wrestler in the national duels, went 9-0 in duels. Let's listen to these 2 wrestlers.
Jay, it's your senior year. You were an All-American as a sophomore. Can you tell us a little bit about the difference between this year and last year?
Well, this year, after last year, had to just go back to work and get back at those things that were, that got me to the level before. And now this year, I'm just focused on every single time I go out there at a high level. Every time that I'm just worrying about that match, and I'm just going out to wrestle.
Scott, it's your junior year. You're ranked number 7 in the country. You're in the Big Ten Championship Finals today, going up against a tough opponent from Iowa, Jay Borschel. What's your thoughts going into this match?
I'm excited, confident. I'm feeling good. Our team's wrestling really well, and can't wait for it.
Glosser, who can't wait for it. He's moved up this season from 165 pounds to 174, and he's been on fire during the second half of the season. He's won 19 of his last 21 matches, with both losses during that span coming to Borschel. You're looking at Borschel, All-American 2 years ago. He was a 4-time state champion in Iowa at Linn-Mar High School in Marion, Iowa. Last season, Glosser dropped 15 of his last 19 matches and went 0-2 at the Big Ten Championships. Here he is today in the championship match.
Keep working, keep
he looks like a completely different wrestler this year.
Well, he's feeding off the team right now, because Iowa's had a tough time in these championships. They're 0-3 right now, and they come to wrestle back. So it's one of these things that, whatever you can draw from confidence-wise, that's what he needs to draw from. And you heard what he said. He said, I'm feeding off the team a little bit. And a couple champions there, 33 and 41. So even though Borschel's beaten him by, I believe, even major decisions.
Twice.
He says, well, anything's possible, and we'll just see what becomes of it.
Just 3 weeks ago, Jay Borschel and Scott Glosser met in Minnesota in the dual meet. Borschel winning 14-2. Big hill to climb for Glosser, but some hills have been conquered today in this championship round by underdogs. Minnesota has won 2 individual championships so far. The Hawkeyes still looking for their first.
Scott Glosser was a 5-time North Dakota State champion. If you're wondering how that happened, some states, 8th graders are permitted to compete in the state tournament.
Scott Glosser was a 5-time state champion.
Oh, he's got some wins in. He's got lots of his ability to, be in the limelight and win with 5 championships. Even though he hasn't done it in college yet. This is what it's all about. He's here. The shot in by Borschel. He cut the corner real well. Leaving that leg behind a little bit, but he cut that corner and he got his ankles away. And and if you look back in the Metcalf match, when he shot that last shot, he didn't cut the corner. He hung on, and Palmer was able to reach down and get that ankle with that flexibility and stop him. So, it's like the ability to get away from weight is so crucial in finishes. And it's like when you came in, you skied him, so there's no weight on you. And the same way, and your brother. And so it's just like there, that Borschel was really in, and if he would have stayed there, he could have been in trouble. But no, he moved in a circle, got away from the weight, and that's kind of really what gave Palmer a chance to get in a scramble and not get taken down.
Good look there at Scott Glosser, who prepped at Bismarck, North Dakota. We said he was a 5-time state champion, highly recruited, just coming into his own this year after a disappointing last year. He has won 19 out of 21. Both his losses, though, to this man, Jay Borschel from Iowa, who is now up 2-1. The takedown early. A lot of riding time, build up 45 seconds of riding time, and there's the escape by Glosser.
That kind of surprised me that Jay let him get away, because Jay is known for his riding ability. I mean, I watched him win his 4 state championships in Iowa, and kids wouldn't go down against him ever. He won the finals his senior year 1-0. The guy chose neutral.
Well, surprised me a little bit too. You know, he just,
9 seconds. 9 seconds.
and that's what keeps Minnesota in the match, because if you're on the bottom and you can't get out, you're going to be 2-0 and you're going to be riding time against him. So that escape was a real crucial escape, the one that I don't think he got in earlier matches this early.
End of period. Stay right here, fellas.
Jay Robinson, 24th year at Minnesota after a long-time assistant coach to Dan Gable at Iowa. Olympian in 1972. Dan and he teammates.
Iowa gets set. Minnesota, I'll
And
tell you when to get
freestyle
on.
gold medalist in the Olympics in 1972. Jay on the Greco-Roman team. You just looked at the head coach for Iowa, Tom Brands, a gold medal Olympian in 1996 in Atlanta.
One green, you're neutral. One green, neutral. 165-pound weight class finalist. Report the awards area.
1 point Borschel, beginning of the second period, and escape. He's out in front 3-1.
Work towards the center.
We're Chrysler Arena, University of Michigan, hosting the Big Ten Championships this year. Home of Cliff Keen, one of our Big Ten Network sponsors.
Nothing. Nothing. Still neutral. Still neutral. Still neutral.
Glosser in on a shot, but is not able to complete it, with Borschel warding him off with great hip action. Little tip.
Nothing. Nothing.
Nice little move there, little counter. But I'll tell you, Glasser had him. He had the ankle and the knee, but he was able to, Borschel was able to put a lot of weight down and actually free his ankle. And a lot of times people would have reached over and the guy would have been able to come right up. Borschel did a great job of putting a lot of weight on him and able to turn that move around to his move.
You know, and this is where he can open the match up big. If he gets a quick tilt here, he's up 5-1. He's getting more riding time, and like I said, this is where he wants to be, right here in this match.
Keep working.
Anytime you can gain control of your opponent, it tires him out a little bit. It gives you a little confidence, and it gives you an opportunity to really control the match.
Break easy.
That doesn't mean you want to ride him all the time
We
and
got 27
just get,
seconds left.
you know,
Second period.
no
You're down
points are in the
7.
match. You want to be able to turn them. And that's where Borschel has been able to use his arm bars, his tilts, and been able to get like 14 points against him last time. But so far, that's not happened yet.
Riding time advantage, 125 and growing for Borschel. He's out in front, 4 on the score, 5-1 margin, but building riding time.
And now 2-0 on Jordan White. Illinois picks up a 1-point escape. Keep working.
We've talked a lot about the former Hawkeyes that wrestled for Dan Gable, who are head coaches. Tom Brand, Tim Siezeski in his last year as the head coach, Northwestern. Barry Davis, Dwayne Goldman, Tom Ryan, Jay Robinson, longtime assistant, Jim Heffernan, first-year coach at Illinois. All with Iowa roots.
Well, you know, the difference really in that last 5 seconds when Borschel looked over the clock and he saw only 5 seconds to go. He had an arm trapped. He was in a Turk position. And, you know, he didn't go for it. He let the clock run out. Mentality really is, I got a good position. It only takes a fraction of a second. And he's in on a good situation, too. Depends on whether he can capitalize here. Good scramble there, but both athletes doing a good job of scrambling here.
Nothing.
Kind of similar. He's knocked out. He's knocked out.
Nothing.
Still adjusting.
Borschel over it again, but Borschel's regained his position in a little bit. It's a really good scramble. And there he's cutting the corner now, and it looks like he may end up scoring the takedown.
2 points.
I tell you, that took a lot of effort because actually Borschel was in trouble there for a little bit. It almost reminded me earlier of the scramble with Metcalf, because one guy was higher than the other guy was higher, and usually the guy that's higher in that scramble circle or getting out of the way from the weight will win, and both guys scrambled hard. Whereas Metcalf really got caught in a position there where he couldn't move well at the end there, though. Once that scramble position ended, he ended with a leg not in control, whereas Palmer had that inside arm control. Borschel's doing a good job again of wrestling his style here, and that's what it takes to win.
Less than 45.
You hear the official, Joe Tauber, from Elliott City, Maryland, saying how much time is left in the third period.
Smart kill here. Come on, get up, short time here. Smart.
Borschel having no problem today with Glosser, as he has not had a problem winning in their 3 matches this year. Glosser doing very well compared to last year and having a great year. He's ranked number 7, but he doesn't have Borschel's number. Borschel with riding time, if he doesn't turn here, will
doesn't look like he's going to get it.
Win it 8-1 with riding time. He's the Big Ten champion, Jay Borschel. He remains undefeated. Jay Borschel remains undefeated. He is now 32-0. He's the number 1 seed. He's ranked number 2. Hawkeye fans have reason to celebrate. It's their first champion after 3 tries came up short.